Bluetooth on the mouse just doesn't like to connect. It gives me problems sometimes too. So back here with more of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show as we get ready for game number 2 here at Champion Car Wash Field. 1 in the books. Roseburg and Sheldon getting ready to square off. As we get ready for our second game, we continue on. And again, this is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dome for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Roseburg into the final week of the regular season, hoping that things will work in their favor to bump up on their power ranking. 1, to maybe get a more favorable matchup in the first round of the state playoffs. 2, to maybe see if they can even work their way in to a home playoff game in the first round of the state playoffs. But right now, Roseburg coming into today sitting at number 24. That looks to be maybe a bit of a long shot, but there's still quite a few games left to be played. The games will be played this week for Roseburg. 5 games total. Roseburg will be playing 2 here today. They've got 1 at Willamette tomorrow, and they wrap up the regular season on Saturday with a doubleheader at North Medford. Of course, senior day here today. We got a chance to celebrate the seniors on the roster for Roseburg prior to the start of today's game. But with those 5 games, Roseburg, a lot of games to be played and the opportunity to try and improve on that power ranking. Just to give you a heads up of what's coming up, Roseburg will wrap up their regular season here this week, and then they will get a chance. We'll see if they look to add anything to the schedule, but as it stands right now, no games scheduled for next week. That would be a down week where Roseburg has an opportunity to gear themselves up for the state playoffs. But there is the opportunity that maybe if they want to try and see if they could do play a game, schedule a matchup that might help out on their power ranking, they could possibly look to schedule a game, a non-conference game, sometime next week. And that would need to be before Thursday, or by Thursday, I believe, when the power rankings will freeze and there's no more games that will count towards the postseason. So Roseburg would have an opportunity maybe sometime next week to put a game on the schedule to see if they can do something that might help boost their power ranking a little bit and get the opportunity to be able to then see if they can work their way up and find maybe a bit more of a favorable matchup and or the possibility of working into a home playoff game. So a lot to be decided, though, here over the final few games of the regular season. The standings are very tight at the top. Starting out today, Grants Pass was leading the way at 11-4. Willamette at 10-5. North Medford at 9-6, and Roseburg at 8-5. Those teams right there all battling for those top spots. You've got 4 teams separated by just 2 games to start out the day for the first place spot in the Southwest Conference. Over the weekend on Friday, before all the weather really started to hit, Grants Pass was at North Medford for a doubleheader. North took game 1 of that one 4-3. Grants Pass took game 2 7-5. The 2 teams split there, and that kind of helps close the gap between those top 4 teams in the Southwest Conference. A lot to be decided, and the next couple of games for Roseburg after today are definitely going to be big, with teams in front of them. Willamette and North Medford currently sitting in front of Roseburg in the Southwest Conference standings. Those games coming up are going to definitely have a lot to say about how things wrap up for your Roseburg Indians. We're going to go ahead and take a break as we continue on here with your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. When we come back, we'll hopefully have starting lineups for Game 2 of our doubleheader, a make-up here between Roseburg and Sheldon, getting a little bit of Monday afternoon baseball for you here from Champion Car Wash Field. Looking forward to seeing how this one wraps up for you. We'll have a look at the starting lineups and your first pitch coming up for Game 2 right around the corner here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Well, we've made it through one game of our doubleheader, and Game 2 going to be coming up here momentarily. The teams are out on the field getting loose and ready to go, as Roseburg takes Game 1 against the Sheldon Irish, 7-6 in 8 innings. Neither starting pitcher factoring into the decision on that one, but it was some seniors that came up big for Roseburg, and it was the newcomer, Riley Cheney, who ends up keeping Sheldon scoreless in the top of the 8th, giving Roseburg a chance to walk it off with a win in the bottom of the 8th inning. As we get ready for this one, a quick kind of recap on what we've had here today. It was a 20-13 win for Oregon State on top of Gonzaga in a non-conference game earlier today, a game that we initially had planned on getting on the radio for you. But then Roseburg, they spoiled those plans as the senior day festivities on Saturday got washed out and got pushed to today instead. So we had to bump the Roseburg baseball game, or bump the Beavers baseball game off the air and bring you Roseburg baseball for senior day. And so that was that Oregon State ball game there. The Beavers got some big games coming up the rest of their regular season as they look to try and storm their way towards the top of the Pac-12 standings. As for other games, our first game of the day here, it was a 7-6 win for Roseburg in 8 innings. Last score update we had from down in Medford, it was South Medford winning 3-0 over South Eugene in the top of the 6th in that one. And that would be big. South Medford looking for their 3rd win, but it would help kind of really, if South can get the win over South Eugene, that would definitely kind of really create 2 different tiers in the Southwest Conference, with the bottom half kind of falling further behind the top half of the conference standings. So that we'll see how things play out there. But Roseburg, with their win, they go to 9-5 on the season. They are now half a game behind Willamette for second place in the league standings. And they would be, let's see here, 1.5 games behind Grants Pass, who leads the conference at 11-4. So Roseburg with that win, that was big. The other, and then South Medford looking to get a win, which would kind of help Roseburg, at least give them a little bit of cushion there for a top 4 spot in the conference standings. We are also keeping track of Roseburg softball. They were down 4-0 in the third inning against Sheldon there. They did have a brief rain delay in that one. So that is kind of a look at what's been going on here today so far. And we will have more to come for you here in just a few, as Game 2 of our doubleheader is getting close to getting started. We have enlisted Dan Bain, the legendary broadcaster here in the Umpqua Basin, to head on down to the field and try and grab us some lineup cards for this one. So he is working diligently to track those down for us, and we should have those here anytime, any moment. We should be able to get those lineup cards and start sharing you the starting lineups here coming up between Roseburg and Sheldon. This will be the rubber match between the two teams. Sheldon took game 1 in Eugene. And Roseburg now taking game 1 here in Roseburg. Game 3 in the season series coming up here momentarily for you. This is, we should mention this here. This is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can, of course, let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. That's Roseburg Disposal. We appreciate their sponsorship of the pregame show. And our live video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We appreciate their sponsorship, helping making it possible for us to get on the airwaves here today with the video stream at 541radio.com. Well, starting lineups. Dan Bain came through for us. Starting lineups here in the booth as the coaches exchange them out at home plate. Let's go ahead and run through what we've got for the Sheldon Irish, as they will be your designated visiting team in the matchup, and they'll be coming up to bat first. Leading things off is once again going to be Quincy Peterson. He'll be playing in left field for a second consecutive game. Batting second and playing in center field is Nolan Miller. Batting third, playing at shortstop, will be Ty Burnham. At third base, and batting cleanup is going to be Evan Calling. Jackson Detzler, the first baseman, will bat fifth. Andrew Lugo will DH here in Game 2. He will bat for starting second baseman. That is, let's see here, Wyatt Michaels will be starting at second base, but DH'd for by Andrew Lugo. In right field, that is going to be Cam Thomas, starting in right field for Game 2. And on the mound, batting eighth, that is Brady Berry, the freshman. Bat in that 8th spot and start on the mound. And then rounding out the starting lineup is going to be the catcher, Cooper Coleman. That's a look at your starting 9 for the Sheldon Irish here for Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Why don't we go ahead and use a 1-minute timeout? We'll come back. The teams are getting ready to take the field. We'll put together our final bits of the lineup and come back. 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Game 2 of our doubleheader just about to get underway. The Roseburg Indians in their home whites have taken the field. On the mound for Game 2 is going to be right-hander Brevin Harrison. He will get the ball. Brevin has been the Game 2 starter behind Jake Johnson through much of the season. And so Brevin will head out there. On the year, Brevin has thrown 40 and 2/3 innings. He's making his 7th start, his 11th appearance. He's got a 3-3 win-loss record, a 2.75 ERA, 32 strikeouts, 10 walks, and he looks to try and get Roseburg a win here in Game 2. Harrison on the mound. Paxton Burke back behind the plate. At first base is going to be Keegan Carpenter. At second base, it's going to be Caden Austin. On the left side of the diamond, you've got Jake Johnson at third and Brooks Avery at short. We'll get to the outfield here in just a moment as the first pitch of Game 2 is underway. Low and outside, ball 1 to Quincy Peterson. Peterson, big day at the plate in Game 1, looking to continue that here in Game 2. He'll take a strike to even it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 delivery from Harrison. Hits the outside corner for a called strike. The 1-2 pitch to Peterson. Reaches, a tapper right side, fielded by Harrison, underhands to Carpenter, and there's one away. That'll bring up the 2-hitter here in Game 2. That's going to be Nolan Miller. Miller batted in the 3rd spot in Game 1. He moves up 1 spot, left-handed batter. Takes the first pitch just a little outside for ball 1. In the outfield from left to right, Brayton Loomis in left, Heath King in center. As a ball popped up out towards King in center field. He's got a read on this one here in this afternoon gray day here in the Umpqua Basin. He retires Miller, 2 down. That'll bring up the shortstop now, Ty Burnham.
Next batter, shortstop number 9, Ty Burnham.
Burnham bats with nobody on base. 2 down. First pitch, strike 1. So it was Loomis, King, and in right field is Cheney. Strike 2 taken. Ty Burnham. An 0-2 count. Another left-handed batter for the Irish. Slaps and fouls one away. On the mound, Brevin Harrison looking to try and make it a 1-2-3 frame. Gets a ball hit left side. That could be trouble. Just hooks into foul territory. Down that line into the left field foul territory. Brayton Loomis chasing that direction. And that ball just into foul territory by about 3 feet. Stays an 0-2 count. Burnham at the back of the left-handed batter's box, the 0-2. He hits a laser. Ooh, look out. That almost took off Brevin Harrison's head. That ball right back up the middle. That went whizzing by Brevin Harrison. Thankfully, did not find its mark on that one. That could have been dangerous there. Ty Burnham with a rocket right back up the middle of the center field, gets a 2-out single, gets on base. First hit of the game for the Irish. Low and outside, ball 1 to the cleanup hitter. And this will be Evan Calling. The 1-0 pitch, called for a strike. One count with 2 down and a man at first base. That ball fought off right side by Calling. Out of play. He'll have a 1-2 count when he steps back in. Harrison trying to wrap things up here in the first inning. He misses on the 1-2 pitch. 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes. Harrison kicks and fires, ground ball up the middle to Avery, flips it to Austin, and that'll retire the side. A good old 6-4 put out, getting the sliding Ty Burnham at second base, and that finishes off the frame. For Sheldon, they get 1 hit but no runs. They leave a man stranded on base. Scoreless ball game going to the bottom of the first. We'll get Roseburg starting lineup when we return here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Bottom of the first inning, game 2 of our doubleheader. It is scoreless between Roseburg and Sheldon. Brady Berry is going to be the right-hander on the mound for the Irish. He will face Brooks Avery, the shortstop, Paxton Burke, the catcher, and third baseman Jake Johnson. Your 3 hitters due up here to begin things in the bottom of the first. It'll be Avery looking for his first hit in this game and his first hit on the day. First pitch swinging, he pops this one up. It's going to stay on the infield. Could be dangerous territory. It's the shortstop that'll come all the way from the left side of the diamond. He calls off second, first, and the pitcher. Ty Burnham makes the play. He might have had the best angle on it, but he went a long way to get to that one and called off a lot of his teammates to make the play, as Brooks Avery will fly out to the shortstop, but it was practically all the way to first base. Low and outside to the lefty, Paxton Burke to start things off. 1-0 count. Outside again to the lefty. Burke batting from the left side of the plate against the right-hander. Hit right-handed to start out game 1. Strike inside corner. Burke batting right-handed through his first 3 at-bats. Had 2 fielder's choices and a strikeout. It's 2-1 pitch taken outside. Then after that, he started batting left-handed, and he drew 2 walks. He's got a 3-1 count here against Brady Berry, and he will draw his 3rd walk as a lefty. Gets on base. First base runner for Roseburg. First walk issued by Berry, and it is Jake Johnson that'll stand in. Jake had a base hit in game 1 in his first at-bat, then was productive in his final at-bats. So he slices one right side, goes off the glove for Detzler. It's got to be a foot race to the bag. It goes off the glove for the pitcher covering at first. Johnson will be in safely, and up to third will go Berg. So Johnson will get on. It's going to go down as an error.
Next batter, the pitcher, number 9.
Almost had himself an infield single, but Detzler did a good job of staying with it, and a nice job by Berry covering off the mound, but he couldn't hang on to the baseball. And runners on the corners for Roseburg with 1 out. And Brevin Harrison looks to help his own cause. He'll take for ball 1. Harrison had a couple of base hits in the opener of today's Twin Bill. The 1-0 pitch from Berry, low with his fastball. Up over the top type of fastball there. Johnson at first. I wouldn't call him slow, but I wouldn't say he's of the speed of Brooks Avery and Heath King and those types. But we'll see if they look to get him moving with runners on the corners. Taking outside, a 3-0 count for Brevin Harrison. Keegan Carpenter waits on deck. .30 pitch to Brevin. He'll take one right down the middle. At third base is Paxton Burke. 3-1 pitch to Harrison. A pickoff throw to first base. Not in time. .3-1 count. Ball 4 inside. Second walk for Brady Berry. Loads him up. Bases are juiced.
Next batter, first baseman,
and there is 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Roseburg trying to break this one open early. First pitch swinging for Keegan Carpenter. Just the second pitch he has seen on the day between game 1 and game 2. First pitch he saw, he ripped a double down the left field line that ended up bringing in the game-tying run for Roseburg. He'll take a strike on the outside corner, and believe this or not, but there is some blue sky off in the distance here this afternoon. Hopefully more of that is on its way. The 0-2 here for Carpenter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Roseburg, a big opportunity here. Carpenter can't cash in. He strikes out against Berry.
Next batter, right fielder, number 16, Riley Cheney.
And now it'll be up to Riley Cheney to try and help Roseburg take advantage of a bases-loaded situation in the first. He takes one right down the middle for strike 1. So Berry has bounced back, and he has just been throwing strikes here against the middle of the lineup for Roseburg. Out of his windup, the 0-1. Cheney swings through for strike 2. So Berry is now 1 strike away from getting out of the jam here and keeping it a scoreless ball game. That'd be quite the accomplishment. The 0-2 pitch fouled away by Cheney. So Cheney will be back in there, continues to try and fight off the 2-strike pitch. The 0-2 delivery, reaches, pops one up, and out of play. Cheney will stay alive. He got the win in game 1 on the mound after 1 inning of relief in the 8th inning. Now he's looking to come up with a big play here in game 2. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off another one. O2 delivery once again for Barry on a lengthy battle against Cheney. And Cheney again chasing a little bit high on that one, but he's managing to make contact and stay alive. He is fighting off a lot of pitches. And he's hoping here that Barry might make a mistake and leave one over the plate. The 0-2. That ball looks like it's going to get out of play again. Might run out of baseball soon here, Riley. Need to drop one in play. Got bases loaded with 2 down. It's been an 0-2 count, and I think that's at least 4 or 5 foul balls in a row since it's been 0-2. Cheney reaches on the 0-2 pitch this time and cannot connect. Roseburg is going to kick themselves on that one. They leave the bases loaded. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brady Berry, and he will keep this game scoreless. No runs on no hits for Roseburg. There was 1 error for Sheldon and 3 men left on base. We'll head to the second inning. It is a scoreless ball game on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the second inning. Today's game is brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. The lefty Jackson Detzler will lead things off for Sheldon, and he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Senior Brevin Harrison on the mound for the Tribe here on Senior Day. Roseburg winning in a walk-off in Game 1 as a pop fly left side. Shortstop Brooks Avery into the outfield grass, makes the catch. 1 away.
Next batter designated hitter number 24.
Andrew Lugo, the DH, will bat for the second baseman, Wyatt Michaels. Lights are starting to kick on here as some blue sky starts to poke through the clouds. Lugo will take low for ball 1. The 0-1-0 pitch is high and away. Two-0 delivery. Ground ball towards short. Right at Brooks Avery. Routine ground ball for the shortstop. Makes the play across the diamond. 2 down. Brings up Cam Thomas, the right fielder. Thomas will try to get something started. He takes one down the middle for a strike. So far, Harrison has retired the first 2 batters in both the first and the second inning. Looking to make this second inning a little bit more crisper than the first one. After he got the first 2 outs, he gave up a single to Ty Burnham, but then got a ground out by Evan Culling to finish off the frame. Culling actually a fielder's choice. They got the out at second. 0-2 pitch. It's reaching for strike 3, and that is a strikeout to finish off the frame for Cam Thomas. And the first strikeout in the game for Brevin Harrison. All strikeouts are brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. When disaster strikes, it's good to have someone you can trust on your side. So give Chris a call with State Farm at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a free quote. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's still scoreless. Roseburg and Sheldon here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, just as the sun starts poking through the clouds, the lights are starting to kick on as well here at Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. Game 2 of our doubleheader between Roseburg and Sheldon is moving to the bottom of the second. We are still scoreless. Roseburg will have the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up against Brady Berry, who had the bases loaded but got back-to-back strikeouts to finish off things in the first inning. His first pitch to Brayton Loomis is a swing and a miss for strike one. Today's game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Ball fouled over the right side, out of play for strike two. Loomis leading things off here in the second inning. Brayton got all the way to third in the seventh inning of game one. It was the game-winning run, but got left stranded at third. He's hoping to get on and see if he can make his way around. 0-2 pitch. Takes high for a 1-2 count. Heater's been on all day here in the booth. That's one of the luxuries of being here at home, is a 1-2 pitch. That's a breaking ball that drops right in for strike three. Splash in the bucket for Brady Berry, and he gets a strikeout looking. Third punch out in the game so far. One down, Caden Austin will dig in. Heater's been on, but, the sun's come out. That's helping warm things a little bit. Looking at 52 degrees right now. Umpqua Valley Christian baseball is hanging around. They are waiting. They have plans to play after this one. I believe they might be taking on Lowell. The game was originally scheduled to be on the road for the Monarchs, but because of the weather, they moved the game here. This ball fouled off by Austin, a 1-2 count. They were scheduled to play at 6:30. We're going to see if they get a chance to maybe get on. They might be pushing their game back to 7. We might be done by 6:30, but I don't know if we'll be done in time for them to start at 6:30. That ball chopped right side, going to get out of play. Before we return to action, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball here on the Score. Ground ball deep in the hole. It's short. They throw across the diamond. Couple of hops to first. Won't get there in time. And on safely will be Caden Austin. He'll have the first base hit of the game for Roseburg. Hit that one deep in the hole. It's short. Ty Burnham made a nice play to come up with it. Sent it across the diamond, but it just did not get there in time. So the first hit of the game for the Tribe brings up Heath King, who had 3 hits in game 1. The senior had the hot bat. He squares the bunt. He'll take a strike. It was a nice play. Right idea by Burnham to not short hop, but to use the turf to his advantage. It kind of keeps going off of this turf. As a bunt dragged down the first base side by King. Throw to first will get him in time at first base. Sack bunt by King moves Caden Austin to second base. 2 down, man in scoring position for the Indians. That'll bring up Brooks Avery, who is due. Did not have a hit in game 1. He is 0 for 1 here in game 2. He got on base a couple of times, but he is due. I think he's even changed up his bat here. He's going with I think he had more of an orange bat in his previous plate appearances. Here in this one, he's got a blue bat, and he'll step out as the pitcher, Brady Berry, steps off the mound. 0-1 pitch to the Roseburg shortstop, fouled back for strike 2. 2 down with a man out at second base for Roseburg in a scoreless ball game, bottom of the second. Here comes Barry's 0-2 pitch, trying to wrap up the second. And he will. Gets a swing and a miss out of Brooks Avery. His tough day continues at the plate, but he's been playing good defensively. Want to see him continue to do that. He strikes out. That's the 4th strikeout in the game for Brady Berry, and wraps up things here in the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We'll go to the 3rd inning. Roseburg and Sheldon scoreless through 2 innings of play here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
First batter for Sheldon in the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be the pitcher, number 7, Brady Berry.
Top of the 3rd inning, Brady Berry, Cooper Coleman, and the top of the order, Quincy Peterson, are due up against Brevin Harrison as the Irish look to try and get something going. Swing and a miss on the first offering from Brevin Harrison. Berry, 0-1 pitch, takes for strike 2. Today's contest brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Ball sliced down the right side, foul. Stays an 0-2 count here for Berry. This is the 8-9-1 hitters coming up for the Irish here in the 3rd inning. Scoreless ball game, both teams with just 1 hit. The 0-2. Reaching for it, that ball tapped at the plate. It is received in foul territory by Burke behind the plate for an 0-2 count still. Out of his windup here for Harrison, the right-hander. Gets strike 3, froze him with a breaking ball, and that is a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts dating back to the last inning there for Harrison. He's got 2 now. And strikeouts are brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. Visit chrisinsures.com for a free quote. Cooper Coleman will bat in the 9th spot, the catcher. Batted 8th in the first game. He was 0 for 3 before getting lifted for a pinch hitter and then coming back in defensively. He'll try to send it back to the top of the order with a man on base. First pitch swinging, and a line drive out to left field. A sliding catch on his knees. Brayton Loomis comes away with it. He came racing in. He didn't necessarily need to make the slide to make the catch, but his momentum carrying him so far forward, having to bend down to get to that one, he just makes a natural drop down to his knees to make the play. 2 down. Quincy Peterson grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. He'll take a breaking ball outside for ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Some nice defense there behind Harrison. Breaking ball called for a strike on the outside corner. The 1-1 from Harrison. Grounder tap third base side this time. Fielded by Johnson. His throw on target to Carpenter at first. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Brevin Harrison. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. Harrison is now retired 6 straight. We go to the bottom of the third. Still a scoreless ball game here between Roseburg and Sheldon. Back after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Bottom of the third inning, today's ball game brought to you by Chuck Swarm and Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you?
Go to the bottom of the third inning. The first batter.
Well, we go to the bottom of the third. Roseburg looking to try and take a lead. Paxton Burke will take down low for ball 1. Roseburg took the lead in game 1 in the first inning, but then Sheldon, they captured the lead in the 4th inning as a strike taken by Burke. Sheldon grabbed the lead in the 4th inning. Roseburg had to fight back. They tied the game twice. Actually, made that 3 times that Roseburg tied the game up. In the 4th inning, the 5th inning, and the 7th inning, Roseburg was able to answer with runs to tie the game up, and then they finally retook the lead for the final time in the bottom of the 8th in a walk-off victory. After the foul ball, a 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and settling in with a strikeout is Brady Berry. That is now 5 strikeouts for him. Starting pitchers for Sheldon have been strikeout heavy. Nolan Miller had 9 in his 4 innings of work against Roseburg. Already 5 for Berry. That pitch bounces outside, ball 1. Jake Johnson at the plate reaching on an error his first time up. Berry 5 strikeouts through 2 1/3 innings. That ball belted in the air out to left field on the run. Everybody going back and falling down as he makes the catch. The left fielder, Quincy Peterson, comes away with it. Boy, he made that look a little bit more dramatic than it may have needed to be. Catches it as he falls down in deep left field. Johnson got around on that one, but didn't get it quite on the right launch angle to get over the top of the outfielders. So that's 2 down. It'll be Brevin Harrison to bat. He drew a walk his first time up. Harrison takes high and away from Berry. 2 down, nobody on. Brady Berry out there on the mound. He is a freshman. And the ball fouled off. It just makes me think of the freshman Baden Morris down at Grants Pass who stifled Roseburg to just a 1-hitter. There's a couple of talented freshman arms in this conference. A ground ball up the middle will get through for Harrison. And Brevin has been doing a pretty decent job at the plate. He sends one right by the pitcher. After having a laser beam line drive go whizzing by his head, he scorches one right back up the middle past the ankles of the pitcher, Brady Berry. They'll bring in a courtesy runner. Cash Richardson will run. for the pitcher, Keegan Carpenter, who was the courtesy runner for Jake Johnson in the first game. He is playing at first base here in game 2, and he is looking to try and get on base for the first time in this game after striking out in his first at-bat on 3 straight pitches. Carpenter was a hero in game 1. A leadoff double in the 7th inning that led to him scoring the game-tying run and helping Roseburg force it into extras. He takes high for ball 1. He'll bat here with 2 outs and a man at first base. That is Cash Richardson. He'll be running on contact, so if Carpenter can get another extra base hit, maybe he could drive in a run. He takes inside, a 2-0 count. Roseburg will be back to action tomorrow as they make the trek to Eugene to take on Willamette. 2-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner, top of the zone. A 2-1 delivery. Pickoff throw to first, not in time. Good move over there. Richardson got back just in the nick of time. Two-one delivery. Swung on and missed for strike 2 to Carpenter. Full count pitch with 2 down and a man at first. Ball popped up in the air right side. Richardson will be running. This ball coming all the way in. Cam Thomas will make the catch to retire Carpenter and finish things off in the 3rd. So Roseburg unable to do anything with a 1-out single by Brevin Harrison. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on. We are still scoreless through 3 innings as we go to the top of the 4th here on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your 4-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the 4th inning we go. The batter's number 22, Nolan Miller.
Top of the 4th. Neither team able to break through so far. Scoreless. It'll be Nolan Miller to lead things off for the Irish. Brevin Harrison, 4th inning of work, starts with a pitch high and away for ball 1. Today's contest brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Give them a call at 541-672-5701. 1-1 count as Miller takes a strike. He flew out to center field his first time up. Grounds 1 foul back to his own on deck circle. It rolls up the arm of Evan Colling, bounces off of his helmet, juggled around over there. Bit of a sideshow act for us here. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. A throw down to first base will get him. And a big strikeout to start things against the very dangerous hitter, Nolan Miller. That'll be strikeout number 3 on the day for Brevin Harrison. 1 away. And up to bat is going to be Ty Burnham. Burnham had a single in the first. He gets underneath one, skies this towards second. Caden Austin calling for it, waiting for that ball. The Rainmaker comes down into the glove for the second out. 2 down. That ball was a absolute scorcher, and into the dugout. Burnham just tosses his helmet away, unhappy with that plate appearance. 2 down, it'll be Evan Colling that'll bat. He is out in front, just got that one off the end of the barrel. Fouls it off for strike 1. This 2, 3, 4 part of the lineup. They've been dangerous hitters, and so far, Harrison has made his way through here in this 4th inning fairly well. He's got an 0-2 count as a swing and a miss, chasing some high heat there for Colling. 0-2 pitch. Doesn't chase outside. I think that ball maybe came in a little bit different than where Paxton Burke was expecting it. He had to make the late adjustment to get the glove in front. The 1-2 pitch. High and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Out of his windup for Brevin. Bounces one by the plate. Three balls, 2 strikes. With 2 down and nobody on base. Harrison fires in a strike. It goes over the mound. Behind second, Avery, quick transition. Throw to first base. And he gets it to Carpenter in time for the putout. 6-3, the final, a 1-2-3 here in the 4th. And there's no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on as Harrison has now retired 9 consecutive. And yet the offense looking to do something against the freshman Brady Berry, who has held them off the board. Roseburg coming up the bat in the bottom of the 4th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning, the first batter will be number 16, Riley Cheney.
Cheney, Loomis, and Austin due up for the Tribe here in the 4th. Joey Keyran with you. Back in the studio, Brenton Cranford running the radio production for us here today. Thanks so much for you to tuning in for today's broadcast. It's much more enjoyable when we know there's some folks out there following along with us, so thanks. Made it a good afternoon here at the ballpark. Riley Cheney is at the plate. He struck out swinging in the 1st. He will bat here with nobody on. His 0-1 pitch is taken high for a 1-1 count. Cheney struck out for the 3rd out in the 1st inning with the bases loaded. It was tough to swallow there for Roseburg to start out this ball game. Cheney gets underneath one to right field. This ball going back. Thomas twisting around. He'll finally locate the baseball and settle underneath it. Bit of an adventure out there in right field for Thomas, twisting and turning, gets underneath it, and retires Riley Cheney for the 1st out here in the 4th. Brayton Loomis is in left field, but he will be at the plate right now with 1 out. He swings through the 1st pitch. Loomis struck out looking in the 2nd. Should be noted, Roseburg has played today without Dane St. Clair, and I didn't catch it before the game started, so I didn't get a clarification as to why Dane is not with them here today. I thought I saw him down there in the pregame stuff, but hopefully nothing serious for Dane, and hopefully we get a chance to see him back out on the field as this week continues on. They'll definitely need him, his bat, his arm, all of it, his defense. The 0-2 for Loomis swings through. Another strikeout for Brayton Loomis. Another strikeout for Brady Berry, who has 6 total in the ball game. 2 down, and Caden Austin will bat.
Batter number 1, Caden Austin.
Austin Had a single in the second, the first hit of the game for Roseburg. He takes high and inside. A 1-0 count. Inside again for Austin. Out in front. Barry will deliver the 2-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Fighting off the 2-1 pitch. It'll be a 2-2 count for Caden Austin, batting in the 8th spot in the lineup. Barry looking to try and make this a 1-2-3 frame. He'll miss low and outside. Count goes full, nobody on. The 3-2 delivery. Austin fouls it off. He had a battle his last time up. No, that was Cheney that had the lengthy battle on the 0-2 count. Swing and a miss. Wraps it up there with another punch out. And that will finish off Roseburg here in the 4th inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brady Berry. He's got 7. And he has Roseburg still in a goose egg. The shutout continues for both sides. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Roseburg. We are through 4 innings of play. Come back for the 5th here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For Sheldon, number 21, Jackson Detzler.
5th inning, we're cruising on through this one in a scoreless ball game. Swing and a foul ball back for Jackson Detzler. Will bat for a second time against Brevin Harrison, leading things here in the 5th inning. You've got the 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. The lefty Detzler waits on the 0-1 pitch. He'll take low for a 1-1 count. Today's contest brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. 1-1 hits the outside corner for a called strike to the lefty. Detzler last time up popped out to the shortstop. The 1-2 pitch, he'll chop this one towards short. Avery Fields throws on the run, gets it to Carpenter just in time. 1 away. That'll bring up Andrew Lugo, the DH, 0 for 1 in the game with a ground out to short, his first time up as well. First pitch right down the middle, but misses. 1-0. There's a called strike at the knees. Lugo had one at-bat in game 1. Came in as a pinch hitter. Takes for ball 2. He grounded out to short in that one, so he's had 2 official at-bats in this doubleheader, and both have resulted in a 6-3 putout. 2-1 pitch. He'll hit this one up the middle, and he's going to get it through. Diving attempt by Brooks Avery, and he can't get there in time. Lugo will hit one to center field for a base hit. First base runner for Sheldon since the first inning, and that snaps a streak of 10 straight batters retired for Brevin Harrison. 1 on, 1 away. Cam Thomas will bat. He is 0 for 1. He'll take in the dirt. A 1-0 count. Lugo at first base. Thomas at the plate, and Roseburg looking for something they can try and turn 2 with here. The 1-0. In for a called strike at the knees for Thomas. Sheldon is going to be on the road for the rest of their games this season. A pitch taken for a ball. 2-1. The Irish playing here at Roseburg today. They're at Mountainside on Wednesday and then at Grants Pass on Saturday. As a soft liner goes to short. Throw over to first base unnecessary as Lugo read it off the bat. Gets back to the bag with plenty of time. Thomas is the second out. And it'll be the 8-hitter Brady Berry. The freshman pitcher has been lights out on the mound. He'll try to get something going with the stick in his hands. He struck out looking his first time. Takes on the outside corner for a strike. Roseburg also will be on the road the rest of their regular season. They are at Willamette tomorrow. There's the 0-1 pitch in the dirt. 1-1 count. Roseburg will look to try and win the series against Willamette tomorrow. They split a doubleheader here at home the first meeting. As there's a strike across on the 1-1 delivery by Harrison. That'd be a big win for Roseburg, trying to catch up to Willamette in second place in the league standings. The 1-2, grounder towards short. Avery with time, flips it to Austin, and that will retire the side. Roseburg will get through the 5th inning with the shutout still intact for Sheldon. So the Roseburg Indians just need to get the bats going here. Same could be said for Sheldon. It is scoreless through the first 4.5 innings. Go to the bottom of the 5th. Roseburg and Sheldon battling in Game 2 of our doubleheader on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still scoreless here between Roseburg and Sheldon. Game 1 final from the softball doubleheader between Roseburg and Sheldon. The Irish win that one 6-0. They're about to get ready to go for Game 2 in that contest.
First batter for Roseburg at the bottom of the 5th inning. It will be number 3, Heath King.
So Roseburg looking to see if they can maybe steal one against that Sheldon Irish ball club there. The softball team is very good. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for Heath King as he goes to battle against Brady Berry. Swings through, strike 2. Free swing in there for Heath King. A couple of at-bats so far. Takes low, a 1-2 count as we get things started here in the bottom of the 5th. Roseburg with the 9-1-2 hitters coming up. The 1-2 pitch. King swings through a breaking ball for strike 3. One away. As Barry makes quick work there. That's his third consecutive strikeout and his 8th in the ballgame. 1 away. Top of the order, Brooks Avery stands in with nobody on base. First pitch, low and outside. Avery so far 0 for 2 in this one. Struck out swinging in his last at-bat. Takes high and away. Walked twice in the opener, but has not found a way on base so far in this one. The 2-0 pitch. He gets behind a ball deep in the air out towards left field. Going back is Peterson. That over his head. That ball hits the base of the wall. Avery rounding second. He'll put the brakes on there. It's a one-out double, and Brooks Avery finally finds one he can square up. Avery underneath that one. He was maybe 5 feet away, let's say 10 feet away from maybe clearing that left field fence for a solo shot, and our first home run hit here at Champion Car Wash Field for the Roseburg at least this season. Not a lot of balls leave the yard. That is an area where most of them tend to go. Big hit there for Avery to get a man in scoring position for Roseburg. First time they've had a man in scoring position since the second inning. First pitch fouled off by Paxton Burke. Good speed on the bases out at second for Roseburg. The 0-1 in for a called strike. That ball got up there pretty good there for Avery. If maybe a little bit lower trajectory, maybe he's got a chance to try and carry it to the top of the wall. I think he just needed a little bit more behind it to get it out of here. The 0-2 pitch outside, check swing held back by Burke as he tries to defend the strike zone against Barry. With a man at second base in a scoreless ball game, 1 out. Shortstop holding them on. Throw went to the shortstop, who was back at his normal position instead of on the bag at second. Avery went diving in, but good job there by Barry to at least throw it to a glove rather than throw it to the bag. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. So there's 2 down, and that'll bring up bring up Jake Johnson. Second strikeout in the game for Burke. 9 Ks in the book for Brady Barry. The freshman is dealing. But he gave up a double to Brooks Avery, who's in scoring position, and Jake Johnson trying to bring him around will foul off the first pitch. Roseburg with 3 hits in this one so far. 2 hits in the game for Sheldon so far. The 0-1 pitch, that's fouled off of Johnson. Strike 2. Johnson, an 0-2 pitch coming up, trying to get something on the board for Roseburg. Neither team has been able to break through. The 0-2 delivery from Brady is fouled off. Well, the battle will continue here. Jake Johnson, he reached on an error and flew out to left field in his 2 at-bats so far. Takes outside. We'll get a chance to see a little bit more out of Brady Barry. Roseburg with their win in Game 1. They are now half a game behind Willamette in the standings for second place and 1.5 games behind Grants Pass for first. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Barry will finish it off with a strikeout. That keeps Roseburg off the board. We are through 5 innings of play, 10 strikeouts for Brady Barry in this one, and he has helped keep this game scoreless. We go to the 6th inning. Brevin Harrison has done his work as well, and he will head out to the mound to take the ball as we go to the 6th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Well, it's been a pitcher's duel so far through 5 innings of play. That's kind of coincidental as we look back on this day in baseball history. Back in 1998, it was one rookie pitcher's big day in Major League Baseball. As the first pitch from Brevin Harrison will miss outside to Cooper Coleman for ball 1. Back in 1998, on May 6th, Chicago Cubs rookie pitcher Kerry Wood struck out 20 as a ball lifted towards left field, but not going to be deep enough to get to the outfielders. It'll be Brooks Avery to call for it. The shortstop retires Coleman. One away, top of the order coming up. Kerry Wood tied a Major League Baseball record with 20 strikeouts. That is a number that Roger Clemens did twice in his career. Wood's 20 strikeouts was a National League best, but it tied the Major League record as a ball lifted to left field on the run out there. Loomis will track that one down. He got on that ball quickly. That's good because that ball squared up pretty well by Quincy Peterson, almost carried towards the alley, but run down by Loomis. There's 2 down. So we talk about good pitching, but then good outfield defense. How about Willie Mays? He was born on this day. I think I forgot to write it down, but I heard it this morning. I think they said 1931 possibly that Willie Mays was born on May 6th. A 1-0 pitch to Nolan Miller is taken for a strike. Those 20 strikeouts for Kerry Woods came back against the Houston Astros there in May. As a check swing, Miller goes around. Home plate umpire makes the call. And he's got 2 strikes against him as Brevin Harrison looks to try and keep this one going. The 1-2 pitch. Hard hit ball right at Brooks Avery. He secures it and fires a strike over to Carpenter. And that will finish out another 1-2-3 inning defensively for Roseburg. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. We're still scoreless. It's all zeros up on the board. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
First batter for Roseburg at the bottom of the 6th inning.
Bottom of the 6th, it'll be Harrison, Carpenter, and Cheney due up for the Tribe. Brady Berry on the mound has been looking sharp with 10 strikeouts through his 5 innings of work so far. Ground ball gives up a base hit, though, to lead things off here in the 6th, as Brevin Harrison will have his 2nd base hit of the ball game. And for Harrison, he's 2 for 2 in this one with a walk. He also had 2 hits in game 1, so make him a total of 4 for 6 in the doubleheader against Sheldon.
The batter, number 4, Keegan Carpenter.
That's a leadoff single. They'll put a runner on at first for the pitcher. The courtesy runner is Cash Richardson. Keegan Carpenter will bat. Pickoff throw to first, not in time. Back to that note on Major League Baseball. It's Kerry Wood's 20 strikeouts. I was looking at it. 10 strikeouts through 5 innings for Barry as a ball popped to the backstop. Strike 1 on a bunt attempt there by Carpenter. 5 innings. He's not quite on 20 strikeout pace, but he's not far off with 10 strikeouts through 5. Bunt first base side. That's picked up by Barry. He will underhand to first. Up to second base goes Richardson, and Roseburg will play small ball, and they execute that. They get Carpenter for the first out, but up to second base goes Richardson, running for Brevin Harrison. Riley Cheney will bat. Cheney looking to try and get the first hit here for him in game 2. He didn't bat in game 1. He came in to pitch 1 inning in relief and got the win as he fouls off the pitch. Yeah, Cheney did not have an at-bat in game 1. 0-1 count with 1 away. And a runner at second base after the leadoff single by Brevin Harrison. Cheney pops this one up and out of play for strike 2. Cheney has had some good battles so far against Brady Barry. The 0-2 delivery is behind the head of the hitter. Ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. That is right down the middle. Doesn't get much more over the heart of the plate than that one, and Cheney watches it go by. Strikeout number 11 for Brady Barry. 2 down, and Brayton Loomis. Loomis will stand in. 11 strikeouts for Barry, man. Throw to second. Back in safely goes Richardson on the call. That ball looked like it collided with Cheney. I don't know how it ended up getting into the glove of Burnham, who showed it for a tag, thinking he was going to get the call, didn't. 1-0 count right now for Brayton Loomis. Swings through for strike 1. Bottom of the order has been up with guys in position to try and score, and so far, I mean, the whole lineup has not done much, so not to single out the bottom of the order here. Loomis fouls one off. I'm going to see. They had Cheney struck out with the bases loaded. Avery, top of the order, struck out with a man at second. So it's been top and bottom, but it's kind of feeling as if this bottom of the order has had more opportunities with men in scoring position, and there's another swing and a miss for strike 3. And that is 12 punch-outs through 6 innings for Brady Barry. The freshman has been dealing. On the other side, Brevin Harrison has been doing his part to keep Sheldon off balance too. For Roseburg, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We go to the 7th inning. It's a scoreless ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Ty Burnham will step to the plate, just his third at-bat in the game. Swung through the first offering. He shows a bunt, but will take high and away for a 1-1 count. Welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field. Game 2 of our doubleheader between Roseburg and Sheldon baseball. Scoreless ball game as both pitchers have been dealing. There's a strike called against Burnham. The lefty is 1 for 2 in this game. He's got a 1-2 count. Chops one right side. Nice high hops for Caden Austin. Throws to first and will get it there just in time. He took a little bit of time to set up and throw. And Burnham out of the left-handed batter's box is pretty quick down the line there. Almost. He made that one a little more interesting than it needed to be on a routine ground ball to second. 1 away. Ball lifted out towards the alley in right center. This ball will get down. King will knock it down, bobbles it a bit, will finally fire it back in, and that is a 1-out double for Evan Calling. He'll have his first hit here in Game 2. Found the alley. I was pretty certain he was getting a double out of that one at least. But bobbling it around out there, King couldn't get it and back in quick enough to maybe try and make a play at second base. He got to it fast enough to maybe have an opportunity. Jackson Detzler at the plate. He sends one in the air towards left field. Loomis tracking this one at the foul line. Makes the catch for the second out. Back to the bag goes Calling. 2 down. Brevin Harrison
Number 24, Andrew Lugo.
trying to keep it a scoreless game and take it to the bottom of the 7th. See if Roseburg can walk off with a pair of wins at home. They got to get through Andrew Lugo, though. He had a sharp hit ground ball back up the middle in the 5th inning. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Both pitchers have been very dominant so far. I have not seen any activity in either bullpen throughout this one. The 0-1 from Harrison off the end of the bat for Lugo. That one fouled towards the Sheldon dugout for strike 2. O2 delivery. Fouled off. Just got enough of it to stay alive there for Lugo. Top of the 7th inning here. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. 0-2 pitch out of Harrison. Swing and a miss. Got the punch out, and we are headed to the bottom of the 7th as Brevin Harrison will pick up his 4th strikeout in the ball game. And it's another strikeout presented by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. A 1-out double goes for naught for the Irish. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the one man left stranded in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Can Roseburg muster up a run and win this one in 7? We'll find out when we come back on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, And I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Brady Berry out there to try and keep this one scoreless and send us to extras for a second consecutive game. He will face the 8-9 one-hitters for Roseburg. This half inning is brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. And thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching today's ballgame online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube. The live video simulcast is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Caden Austin takes the first pitch for strike one. He will swing and foul one back to the backstop for strike two. It'll be Austin, King, and Avery due up here in the seventh inning for the Tribe. On the mound, Barry wants a new baseball. And what Barry wants, Barry will get. He's looking for an 0-2 strike here, and he won't get the call there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still got the velocity on his fastball there. There is some activity in the bullpen for Sheldon. Swing and a miss. The ball gets away. Austin will head down to first, but the throw will beat him there. That'll be strikeout number 13 on the day for Brady Berry. 1 away here in the seventh. We'll bring up Heath King, 0 for 1 in this ball game. King 3 for 3 in the opener, including a triple, an RBI triple. Looking to try and get that swing going here, and he'll take out on the outside corner for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. King lifts this one in the air. Foul territory, first base side, playable for Detzler, makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Top of the order. Can Brooks Avery keep things going for Roseburg?
Top of the order now, number 6, Brooks Avery.
With 2 down, it is a scoreless ball game here in the seventh. First pitch gets away. 1-0 count to start things off for Brooks. One of 6 seniors celebrating senior day here at Roseburg High. The seniors looking to try and go out with a win on their final regular season home game. There's one down the middle for a strike. They got a win in game 1 of the doubleheader, walking off with a victory in 8 innings. They'd love to try and walk it off with another one here. The 1-1 pitch, fouled back. Strike 2. Avery had his first hit of the day between the 2 games, a double back in the 5th. The 1-2 pitch bounces outside. He lays off. Roseburg with 4 hits in this one. 3 hits on the other side for Sheldon. 2-2 pitch from Barry. Ground ball up the middle, and the 7th inning will continue for at least one more hitter. Brooks Avery finds his way on base with a single back through the box. Goes right by on the second base side up the middle. So a 2-out single for Avery gets him on base. Last time he was on, he got stranded at second with back-to-back strikeouts by Barry to finish things off in the 5th. Let's see if the hitters, 4th time through the lineup here, let's see if Burke and Johnson can maybe come through. Runner going, throw down to second, won't be there in time. So Avery will put himself into scoring position. At the plate, it was a strike taken by Burke, who has struggled a bit trying to recognize the strike zone. He's 0 for 2, 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. He'll take low. That ball gets by, and up the third will go Avery without a throw. 1-1 count. And it would be a bit anticlimactic if that happened again to bring in the winning run, but Roseburg would take it. And Brooks, putting the pressure on. Burke at the plate. Takes on the outside corner for a strike. And like I said, he's been struggling to find the strike or recognize the strike zone. I think he's been disagreeing on exactly what would be a strikeout there. He's got a 1-2 count. Brady Berry trying to send it to extras. The pitch fouled away as Burke will do his best to defend the strike zone. 1-2 count with the game-winning run at third and 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Ground ball poked at left side. It's picked up by Calling. His throw to first. Gets there in time, and we're headed to extras once again. Burke got a dribbler down the third base side and could not beat out the throw. It was close, but that was a fairly routine ground ball for Calling. Just had to range a little bit to his left to make it. No runs, 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 runner left on base. Well, let's do it again, I guess. We go to the top of the 8th. It's scoreless between Roseburg and Sheldon on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the 8th inning, Brevin Harrison still out there working for Roseburg. Before we get things started here in the 7th inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on the Score. I assume he might be listening, so I'm going to go ahead and say a happy birthday to our good friend of the radio station, Dale Cranford, who, he's been around since about radio was invented, so it's a milestone for him. As a ball ripped out towards right field, that's going to get down. We try to start off with laughs and starting off with a base hit. Here, Cam Thomas, he's going for 3. Relay throw, not going to be there in time. A leadoff triple for Cam Thomas to get things started for Sheldon here in the 8th inning. First hit here in the game for Thomas. He goes right field. That one out of the reach of Riley Cheney out there. They get it back in as quick as they can, but in with a headfirst slide goes Cam Thomas. And boy, he comes up big with his first hit here in this game. And Thomas was 1 for 4 in game 1. He did drive in a couple of runs, but didn't have many hits. He gets a big one there. 4th hit in the game for Sheldon, and they've got the go-ahead runner now at third. Have not seen any activity in the bullpen for Roseburg. There has been activity for Sheldon. Swing and a miss as a new man batting for Brady Berry here in the 8th spot. Getting a chance to hit will be Jake Jorgensen. The 0-1 pitch. Hits it to the mound. It's fielded. Throw to first. They'll get the out there, and the runner will hold at third. So that works out for Roseburg. Harrison looks the runner back, gets the out at first base. That will give him a little bit of a sigh of relief. 1 away. Cooper Coleman will bat. He's 0 for 2. They play with the infield in. Check swing, called strike. So anyways, to finish the thought there, as we got interrupted with that leadoff triple by Cam Thomas, happy birthday to our friend Dale Cranford, back in the studio. He is always roaming around the radio station. Pitch bounces outside, knocked down by Burke. Just wrapped up his shift on the news station, wrapping up your afternoon report over there, giving you your news, sports, and weather. 1-1 count here in the 8th inning. Harrison misses high and away. Two balls and a strike. Brevin kicks and fires. That pitch bounces in front of the plate. Sun is breaking through. It's going to make life interesting out in right field if anything's hit that direction. Could make life interesting at first base for Keegan Carpenter there. It is really peeking through the clouds. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Well, it puts a runner on, but it's not necessarily the worst situation. You could turn 2 up the middle now and get out of things here in the 8th. But it does bring up the top of the order with just 1 away. And the go-ahead runner at third. Brevin Harrison issuing the walk. And that is the first walk he has allowed in the ballgame. And here comes pitching coach Zach Mandera for a visit. And that'll break in the action here. Coming up tomorrow, Roseburg at Willamette. That is going to be a 5:30 start time for that one. That's a little later than our normal 4:30 start time on a Tuesday. So a 5:30 start at Willamette tomorrow. That means a 5:15 pregame show for us. So stay tuned for that one as we broadcast from Willamette High School. We'll have the live video simulcast going for you there as well. That is always presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Last I saw, it looked like South Medford was in front of South Eugene in Game 2 of that doubleheader. Sheldon leading Roseburg 3-0 in the softball matchup in the top of the second of Game 2 there. And let's see, after 3 innings, it was South Medford 1, South Eugene 0 in that Game 2 of that doubleheader down at Harry and David Field. All right, runners on the corners. They've talked strategy. Up to bat is Quincy Peterson. He shows a bunt, and he will foul off the first pitch for strike 1. Peterson 0 for 3 in the game. Put the ball in play every time. A couple of ground outs and a fly ball out to left. If he can put one in the outfield, it might have a chance to drive in a run for the Irish. 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2 on the inside corner. Harrison trying to pitch Roseburg through the 8th inning. It's been all zeros all the way through so far. The 0-2, low outside. Quite a day of baseball we've been treated to here. Game 1 went extra innings. Game 2 now going extra. The 1-2, again low and outside, as Harrison trying to attack that corner and see if he can get the hitter to chase. The righty Peterson battles his way back to a 2-2 count. Brevin will not get him to chase with a breaking ball. Pickoff throw to first. Not going to be there in time. Count goes full. Surprised that Sheldon hasn't tried to get something going with a runner on at first. 3-2 pitch from Harrison. That ball slapped right side. That is foul by a baseball's length. Whew. Cheney couldn't get there in time. Even if he did catch it, he's not going to make the play to get the runner at home. So it's probably the best outcome Roseburg could hope for there, that ball just lands foul. And we'll go back to the plate for a 3-2 pitch once again. That was not off by much. Harrison, 3-2 pitch. Got him to try and get after one and just got a piece of it to stay alive for Peterson. The inning led off with Cam Thomas hitting a triple to right field. He's at third base. Cooper Coleman is on at first. At the plate right now with one out is Peterson. He'll ground one towards short. Avery to Austin. Back to Carpenter. Won't get it there in time. Sheldon will get one across. That was just a long turn to be made. Roseburg did their best effort. Carpenter, a nice job scooping that one out at first to try and complete it. But they only get one out of the two, and Sheldon will take a 1-0 lead. There's two down. Fielder's choice puts Peterson on at first. Coleman was out at second. And up to bat is the lefty, Nolan Miller. He'll take high and away. Good attempt there. Avery tried to turn it as fast as he could. But he had to range to his throwing side and just had to get back to second base, and the whole process, unfortunately, took just too long. So that was an RBI fielder's choice for Quincy Peterson. 1-0 Sheldon in front. 1-1 count here to Nolan Miller. He'll take high and away. So Harrison looking to try and get one more out here. That ball is laced. Foul down the right side. Strike two. Waiting to go. If you're really a baseball fan, you can hang out a little later tonight. We're going to give you at least 16 innings of baseball here at Champion Car Wash Field for Roseburg. You could hang out a little longer and watch another 5 innings or more of UVC baseball coming up next. They're hosting the Lowell Red Devils in a game that was scheduled to be at Lowell, but got moved here because of field conditions. 2-2 pitch, runner going, the ball popped up. Left side, foul territory, Jake Johnson tracking. He'll make the catch as he tails back on his heels. That will finish off the 8th inning, but Sheldon capitalizes on a leadoff triple by Cam Thomas, and they push across the go-ahead run. 1 run on 1 hit, no Roseburg errors, and 1 man left on base. The Irish lead 1-0. Roseburg needs 1 to tie and 2 to win here on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The first Cascade branch opened in 1948. Things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, we get a call to the pen as the Irish will go to Cam Thomas to try and close this one out. Thomas moves to the mound from right field. Jake Jorgensen, who had the pinch hit for Brady Berry, will take over in right field for the Irish. Roseburg will have Johnson, Harrison, and Carpenter due up here in the bottom of the 8th, needing 1 to keep the game going, 2 to walk off with a win. First pitch against the new pitcher is fouled back by Jake Johnson. Jake is 0 for 3 in this one. Brady Berry goes 7 innings in this one, could get a win. This is a save opportunity for Thomas. He'll bounce one in front of the plate, a 1-1 count. Brady Berry, 7 innings worked. In that time, he gave up 5 hits, but no runs, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch to Johnson. He chops one off the plate, slow to the mound, picked up by Thomas. He'll retire Jake at first. 1 away. So Roseburg will now need a 1-out rally. Brevin Harrison will look to try and start it. He is 2 for 2 in this game. Yeah, just 2 walks, 12 strikeouts for Brady Berry. First pitch swung on and missed, I believe. An 0-1 count. Cam Thomas, the right-hander on the mound, will fire a pitch, hits the outside corner for strike 2. Roseburg, a sweep here would have been big against the Irish, but they've got to come back once again. The 0-2 pitch, grounder towards third, picked up by Calling. His throw across. Calling will make the play, 2 down. And it'll be Keegan Carpenter to try and keep this game going.
That is number 4, Keegan Carpenter.
Carpenter 0 for 2 with a sac bunt his last time up. Roseburg had their opportunities. They've left the bases loaded in the first. A man stranded at second in the second. Runner stranded at second in the 5th and in the 6th. And a man stranded at third in the 7th. As a first pitch swing and a miss by Carpenter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runners left stranded in scoring position for Roseburg. A pitch low and outside, 1-1 count. Thomas 1 out away from picking up a save and getting his teammate Brady Berry a victory in what has been a well-pitched ball game. The 1-1. Just off the edge for a 2-1 count. Start of a busy week for Roseburg here. Up next at Willamette tomorrow. We'll recap and take a look ahead coming up in the postgame show whenever that rolls around. The 2-1 outside to Carpenter. And Keegan will have himself a 3-1 count. Well, Roseburg's looking for a huge 2-out rally here. The 3-1 delivery. Strike called inside corner. Full count pitch coming up with 2 down. There's ball 4. So Carpenter will find a way on base. He represents the game-tying run for Roseburg, but they've got a long way to go to get him across.
Number 16,
He'll be at first with 2 down. And here comes a visit to the mound for the Sheldon coaching staff. Might be telling him, let's throw some strikes here, or I guess be careful, who knows. Riley Cheney is due up. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts in this one. South Medford still leading against South Eugene. That is into the bottom of the 6th inning on that one. South Medford up 2-0. Just a quick visit out there to get everybody straightened away for Sheldon. And Thomas will face Riley Cheney. Trying to close it out there. He'll face at least one extra batter than he needed to. Got the first 2 outs on the ground outs on the infield. First pitch here for Cheney. Pops that one up towards center. Should be playable for Miller. Nolan Miller is there, and there's the catch to finish it off. And Sheldon will take the series against Roseburg. They get 1 out of 2 here in Roseburg. And the Irish
That's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen.
will put a bit of a crimp in Roseburg's plans of trying to challenge for a late push to the Southwest Conference Championship. But the Indians, they're still in the mix. They'll be tied with North Medford. As the rest of the week goes on, they'll face Willamette tomorrow, and a win against Willamette tomorrow could put Roseburg in a good spot. Still in the challenge to get into second place. Final score, what a heck of a battle we had there. A 1-0 final. The Sheldon Irish get the win on top of Roseburg. Sheldon will improve to 9-15 on the year. They are now 5-11 in conference play. Roseburg goes to 15-7, and they are 9-6 in the Southwest Conference. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and wrap this one up for you here from Roseburg's champion Car Wash Field. The Indians and the Irish will split a doubleheader in Southwest Conference play. Back after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google-certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Well, it's always kind of tough to swallow when Game 2 doesn't go your way after taking Game 1. These were a couple of really tight-played ball games, and that has been the case with Sheldon. The Irish have now won 6 out of the last 8 games against Roseburg. The Indians, let's see here. Actually, that is not true. They've won 6 out of the last 9 against Roseburg. The Indians able to snap a 4-game losing streak to Sheldon with a win in Game 1, but the Irish pull off the win in 8 innings in Game 2. It was a 7-6 win in 8 innings in Game 1, and now Game 2 also going 8 innings. Kind of crazy that we've had a couple of extra inning ball games between these two. But Roseburg, a golden opportunity to really make up some ground. They could have moved into a tie for second place with Willamette with a win in Game 2 there and set up a big matchup tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's going to be big no matter what, but tomorrow could have been a battle of 2 second-place teams when Roseburg heads to Eugene to take on the Wolverines, but instead, Roseburg will be trailing Willamette by 1 game. They'll be tied for third with North Medford, both teams 9-6, and 2 games back of Grants Pass in first place, 1 game behind Willamette in second. So we'll see. Roseburg, the big thing here, Roseburg's got an opportunity down the stretch. If they can win these games against Willamette and North Medford on the road coming up, they'll have an opportunity to be at least in second place, if not maybe with a little bit of help, move into first. But that is the future. Tonight's Game 2, a 1-0 victory for Sheldon in 8 innings. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error, and 4 men left on for the Irish. They just capitalized on their best scoring opportunity, and Roseburg was unable to do that in this one here today. The Indians left a lot of runners on in scoring position. They had 6 men left on in scoring position, 8 men left on base total. Roseburg was no runs on 5 hits. They did not commit an error in this one. The game-winning run came in the top of the 8th for the Sheldon Irish. Brady Berry picks up the win. He goes 7 innings, gave up no runs on 5 hits, 2 walks. He had 12 strikeouts between the 2 games. Roseburg, unfortunately, finished with a total of 24 strikeouts between the 2 games. Ew. That is one thing that is a little tough to swallow, but they did get a win in Game 1 despite it. They could not do it in Game 2. Brady Berry gets the win. Cam Thomas gets a save in this one. He pitched the 8th inning. It was scoreless. He allowed 1 walk. That was the only base runner to get on. So he faces 4 batters and gets the win, or gets the save. Brevin Harrison unfortunately takes the loss in this one. A very well-pitched game, but he gives up a run in the 8th inning. He allowed only 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts for him. Defense helped him out quite a bit. It was quite a nice performance there for Brevin Harrison, but unfortunately, the Roseburg Indians could not get him the run support they needed to be able to pick up a sweep here at home. Sheldon will take the series against Roseburg, winning 1 there and 1 here. Roseburg got the 1 in the middle, but the rubber match goes to the Irish. Taking a look at offensive numbers here in Game 2. Not a lot of hits to go around, 9 total. Ty Burnham was 1 for 3 with a single. Evan Calling had a double in the 7th, but he got stranded after that 1-out double. A 1 for 3 for Andrew Lugo. Cam Thomas had the big hit, the leadoff triple in the 8th inning, and he eventually came around to score. Roseburg almost got out of it, but he would come in to score, and the only run of the ball game. And that is all the hits in the game for Sheldon. On the other side, Brooks Avery had 2 of them. He was 2 for 4 in this one with a double. Let's see here. Brevin Harrison also had 2 hits. He was 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 singles. And then the last hit in the game for Roseburg was Caden Austin. He had the first hit back in the 2nd inning. So not a lot of offense for either side. Pitching ruled the day here in Game 2. Unfortunately, just 1 big hit proved to be the difference for the Irish. Missed opportunities for sure for Roseburg. Coming up next for the Sheldon Irish, they'll be on the road against Mountainside on Wednesday. That'll be a 5 o'clock start time in that one for Sheldon in a non-league game. Then they take on the Grants Pass Cavemen in a doubleheader on Saturday to finish out the regular season. For Roseburg, they're right back to it tomorrow. They make the trip to Eugene to take on the Willamette Wolverines. That game gets started at 5:30. Pre-game coverage will start at 5:15. We'll have it for you here on The Score or watch online at 541radio.com. So a little bit later start, a 1-hour late start tomorrow. So just make notice of that, and we'll be on the air 15 minutes prior to first pitch. Roseburg now 15-7 on the season. Sheldon 9-15. Want to send out thank yous to the Sheldon Irish for traveling down here today and a very well-played double-header with some good action and activity, good sportsmanship on both sides as well. Want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, Head Coach Troy Thompson, and the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here today. Thanks to Dale Cranford for saving me a piece of birthday cake when I get back to the office after this is all said and done. And a big thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll do it all again tomorrow when the Roseburg Indians visit the Willamette Wolverines for for a Southwest Conference single contest. That'll start at 5:30. Pre-game coverage starts at 5:15. As always, you can catch Roseburg baseball streaming online at 541radio.com with the live video simulcast presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Or you can tune in and catch Roseburg baseball right here on Douglas County's home for sports. It's The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.